What are some of the key nutrients to prevent, maintain, and treat a heart condition? That's the question I will be answering on today's episode of Fast Nutritionist Deepa. Thank you all for joining, like you always do every week. So, as you know, February is a heart health month, and I promised you at the beginning of the month that I will be talking about heart health, self care. We even sneaked in a episode on healthy Valentine's Day treats using chocolate and cocoa and its benefits for heart. But I'm going to take it to the next level today because a lot of people uh, fail to realize that how essential nutrients, specific nutrients, are for heart health. Now, the importance of heart, I don't think I should tell because without our heart pumping properly, we won't survive. So we all agree that heart is extremely important organ of our body, and we get only one heart, similar to brain and liver. So it's extremely important that we take care of it. So when it comes to heart, there is, it's a pump, it's constantly pumping, and so there are a lot of it's a very complex subject. Actually, I was researching and I was brushing up on things, and I came up with a stack of notes. However, I'm going to try to simplify it, but if you have any specific question, you can always send it to me later. But the heart includes the rhythm, the oxygen carrying capacity, the nerve. It's a cardiovascular system. I mean, there's just so many things heart needs to do, and therefore the demands of nutrients to function this organ are pretty high, and therefore it's extremely important to understand at least some of the key nutrients. Okay, as I have probably mentioned it in the past, that there are 60, 70 core nutrients we need, and then there are hundreds of polyphenols and antioxidants and mm, those type of micronutrients we need. But today I'm just going to talk about some of the core nutrients that you need to again to prevent, to treat, and to maintain your heart health. um, just as an FYI, signs and symptoms, in my opinion as a practitioner, is your kind of yellow light. These are your red flags, I would say, or yellow light, right? So the the signs and symptoms of a condition usually start to occur 7 to 10 years before the actual disease happens. Okay, and we know that for diabetes. In case of diabetes, the beta cell functioning starts to go down 8 to 10 years before you actually officially get diagnosed with diabetes. So it's not like your body flips overnight. It's a cumulative effect of variety of reactions going wrong in your system, and therefore uh, the nutritional deficiencies build over time. And because these nutrients are codependent, which means they work together, deficiency of one leads to the deficiency of other, and then the whole house of card just collapses. So in case of heart health, we need calcium and magnesium and sodium and potassium. These are the minerals for its rhythm. Okay, so calcium contracts your heart and magnesium is going to relax it. Then you have sodium and potassium to maintain your blood pressure. Very complex uh, uh, reactions happening, but I'm just trying to dilute it down so that we all, because I want to talk mainly about how to correct these deficiencies uh, as well. So, but also remember, lack of vitamin D3 is going to affect the absorption of calcium. Okay, so even though calcium is essential for heart health, Without D3, calcium won't function. And how many of us have vitamin D3 deficiency? Pretty much. I have yet to see a person who is not deficient. And I'm not talking about the lower end of your levels, because the levels for D3 is 30 to 130. And if you're 29 or 30 or 31, you are not out of the woods. The 70, 90 is the right level. Vitamin D3 is a subject in itself, and I have done quite a few videos on it if you want to learn more. But going back to the to these minerals, so we said calcium, we need it for vasoconstriction, and magnesium to relax your nerves and arteries. So all these minerals, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, are plenty in which food group? Plants, whole food, plant-based diet. In fact, the calcium from plant sources has higher absorption rate than from the dairy. Okay, so our common, there's a misconception that, oh, we need dairy is essential for calcium. No, dairy is not essential for calcium. Greens and beans, hearty greens, turnip greens, Swiss chard, mustard greens, black beans, pinto beans, lentils are a good source of calcium. Okay, and these foods happen to be also have contain to have sodium and potassium in the right balance. Okay, when your diet is high in processed food, of course your sodium potassium is going to be all over the place. So moving on, we get magnesium also from peas and greens, and avocado is a good source of it. So there's plenty of food sources available to provide us with these nutrients. It's just a matter of making sure that you are eating enough. We need to eat 9 cups of vegetables per day. Okay, so it's a challenge, but if you want to if you want to prevent heart disease, that's the gold standard. Then moving on with the vitamins, B complex, vitamin B, which is your thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, folic acid, folate, all those B complex and that whole vitamin B family is extremely crucial because it is it affects the nerve health, which means all these deficiencies are going to affect the circulation, your breathing, your cholesterol. Okay, a lot of time people who have asthma or difficulty breathing are deficient in B complex vitamins, and you need a robust amount of B complex to correct that condition. And B complex is something, is not you take large dose at one time. It's given in divided doses because it's water soluble. So B complex is another group of nutrients that are essential for your heart health. Vitamin E is an interesting one, and it affects the plasticity, the your nerves ability to squeeze. Think of it, if your nerves or the layers of your arteries and veins, I should say, are not pliable, and if they are stiff, then they are not going to be able to carry the blood where it's supposed to go. And lack of vitamin C affects the plasticity of your arteries and vein. It also affects the oxygen carrying capacity or holding capacity of your cells. So vitamin E is extremely essential for your heart health. Right kind of vitamin E is a synthetic form and natural form. Again, you can get adequate amount of vitamin E if you eat flax seeds and pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds and some nuts like walnuts and almonds, and all those things that we that fall under whole food plant-based diet are going to be important source of vitamin E. My most favorite one and the cheapest and the easiest to do is vitamin C. Okay, guys, vitamin C deficiency has shown to produce plaque, the the stiffening of the, I mean the what do you call it, the blockage inside the arteries. I'm going to show you the model here. So this is how your clean arteries look. Okay, here is your plaque formation for a variety of reasons, predominantly because of inflammation that is happening because of processed food, meats, dairy, inflammatory molecules, sugar, stress, lack of physical activity, nutrient deficiencies. Plaque has started forming. More plaque has started forming. And now we are expecting these arteries to take blood to our brain, our heart, our kidneys, every cell of every part of our body, and it's not going to be efficient. This is where you have heart attack or stroke or, not good news. So when we talk about prevention, this is where we are at. We want to keep, like I was saying, we want to make sure the health of your layers of these arteries and veins are is extremely important to prevent heart attack and hypertension and everything else related to it. So in order to remove this plaque, okay, no, without the surgery and through lifestyle change, whole food plant-based diet has shown to do that, as well as vitamin C. This is the plaque that I'm talking about. The deficiency of vitamin C is going to start the plaque formation, and then everything else associated with the lifestyle is going to contribute to that, and the plaque is just going to get larger, and then the outcome is not as pleasant. So we talked about vitamin C, we talked about vitamin B, the B complex and the family, vitamin E. We talked about the minerals, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium. So all these nutrients are absolutely essential. You can take a really good comprehensive supplement and also start making the lifestyle changes. However, in order for your nutrients to get absorbed, I cannot emphasize more on your gut health. Without good gut, without right kind of microbiome, these nutrients are not going to get metabolized, absorbed, or broken down. If you are taking a multivitamin without really paying attention to the inflammation, your gut health, your probiotic, prebiotic combination, and your digestive health, you are wasting time and money on taking supplements. A lot of time my patients always ask me in my first session or my first visit with them that, oh Deepa, what kind of supplements should I take, or are these supplements I'm taking, are they working? And I tell them, food first. Okay, when we get settled with the food, and when the stomach is when I say stomach, I mean digestive system is robust, only then adding vitamin supplements or variety of supplements help. So the first is food, followed by taking probiotic prebiotic supplement for your digestive health, and then the multivitamin supplements. But all this will happen effectively, efficiently, when your diet is high in plants. Okay, one of the uh, diets which have proven to be good for your diabetes, I mean your hypertension and cardiovascular health, is called DASH diet, dietary approach to stop hypertension. Okay, that diet uh, has been proven to reduce incidences of cardiovascular disease. So DASH diet is again focuses on eating plenty of vegetables and fruits and legumes and beans and herbs and spices, so on and so forth. So in the end, what I want to say is your heart is extremely precious, okay, and it needs these certain key nutrients. And here I have just touched the surface of some of the key nutrients we need. And like I said, we need tons of polyphenols and antioxidants and um, so many other things. But at least get started on the right foot by eating more plants, more less processed food, more fiber, because that plaque that I was telling you about, that can get stuck, start in your artery, can be dissolved, you can say, or can be removed with eating high fiber diet. And I'm not talking about fiber supplements. I'm talking about natural fiber that is available in again in plants. I mean, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, animal products do not contain any fiber, and without fiber our system cannot work. So fiber, I should add to this list of essential nutrients which often gets overlooked. So in the end, please take care of your heart. Start eating as many vegetables as you can along with beans and lentils to again get in adequate amount of minerals and these key vitamins that we talked about. What else? That's pretty much it. So my recipe for this week in the newsletter is going to be a really nice, robust, heart healthy salad. So make sure you get our newsletter because it has quite a few tidbits in addition to the podcast, and always a recipe. That's pretty much I have to say about heart health. Have a good rest of the week. And thank you again for watching. Thank you for sending me your questions. And thank you, and talk to you soon.